Hello, it's Woody Sue here, long time. Yeah, I thought I'd just do a quick video, even though it's been a long time, just to sort of review this balance patch. It sort of come out of nowhere, no one really saw it was coming. And they've made a lot more changes they haven't in a lot of recent patches. Just want to do a quick video, just overseeing the main changes, in my eyes anyway. Other people who play the game slightly differently may see other buffs a little bit better, but yeah, this is my taking on it. And first and foremost, straight away, you've got the Dragon Knight Dark Ragdoll. He has been nerfed. The attack bar from 15% down to 10%, very much needed. The skill is so OP, and it's caused so many problems. As I say, people are just buying Ragdoll accounts for it, just to get him for RTA. It is that OP. So that was a good little nerf. That will make a difference. How much of a difference we'll have to see. 15 to 10%. It'll make a difference. The Hell Lady with the capture, guaranteed stun with less hit point. That's okay. I'm more interested in the Chimeras. Straight away, the water. Finally, Taor has got a buff. This is what, third time around trying. But at least this one, although Tyrone, Varad, Poseidon, they can all put the attack bar to 0, so it's still not as big as it could have been, but it's a 50% attack bar reduction, which is good. And you've got to remember with Taor and Lag and that, their second move is incredibly strong. So where Poseidon and Varad and that, you can nuke them, they can hit for good damage, but they're never going to hit for the ability of like a Squall can hit 50, 60, 70,000. So he's got the reduced attack bar now, and he's also going to have that real powerful outburst in his second skill. So it's a buff and it's good. Rakan buff has come out of nowhere. I'm a big Rakan user. His buff here looks like it's now going to be RTA based, so you might be seeing him in RTA, because I use him a lot in Guild and Siege and stuff anyway, because he's just such a solid. I mean, he'll solo. I mean, if you're farming in Siege, he'll solo, because obviously if you put him on Vampire, and he's always got immunity up as he self-buffs his immunity and attack power, yeah, he can solo. He's really good. But having this removed beneficial, to me, is one of the biggest buffs in this patch, especially if it does it on his revenge. So if your revenge collapses, yeah, it's going to be good. I have re-ruined him already straight away because of this, because that's how good I think the buff is. Yeah, okay, then we're going down. The Tempest has been increased, and Light Oracle, which no one's going to have, gives immunity, blah, blah, blah. The Divine Wind, I like this, because I have the Wind Paladin, but I haven't built her, and I see high-level people do build her. But now the immunity is if you've got more than half your hit point rather than a full hit point. So that works a treat. So you haven't got the immunity won't... Well, the immunity will be a lot more powerful here, won't it? Because you won't have to worry about your allies being full hit point for the immunity to work. And as you get on in the fight, and you're bringing that, I mean, maybe not for the first time, because the first time you bring it up, you might have a speed tuned, and it's going to give everyone immunity on the first turn. But, if the fight is elongate, and then you're halfway through the fight, and your players, have only got half hit point, or, 60% hit point, that immunity wouldn't work. Now it will. So, yeah, that's probably going to be quite cancerous in defence when you're fighting them in Guild and Siege defence. That could be a lot more of a struggle now. Yeah, the demons, I haven't really looked too far into the demons, but there's the water one's now got a shield, which is nice, and yeah, the fire one's now granted continuous damage, proportionate damage dealt. Same myself. Sea Emperor, I'm not so bothered about any of these like dark things. I'm not really in for. So the unicorn water, which you see a few of them, she now recovers hit point, as does the fire, as does the light. So yeah, I know anyone's got the light, but for the fire and water, a little sort of slight little vamp on them when they can heal a little bit of them. That's nice. Yeah, a big one here that we see is the fire. So give us brutal end. Now it increases the skill cooldown by 2 turns. Basically, you got a mini Zaros there. So that is a huge buff. That's, again, one of the biggest buffs in here for people who don't have Zaros. That could come in really, really handy. I mean, that's quite an OP buff. Yeah, that's skill down by 2 turns. That's, you know, you're not even going to proc out of that. Even if they proc, they're not going to proc out of that because that's 2 turns, not 1. So yeah, it's a pretty decent buff. We're going down to the Jack-o'-lanterns again. Nothing that these are doing here is going to change anything. It's just like little buffs. Read for them yourself. Not an interest to me. The Water Taoist, if you haven't got Water Monkey, now that is a buff. This Destructive Evil, which again I think hits 4 times, if I'm not mistaken, now it has a chance to remove beneficial effect on each attack, which means we're going to have the same as Water Monkey there. It's going to be a great buff. So yeah, people who have got Water Monkey, wow, Water Taoist is looking like a great buff. So yeah, all these Second Awakens, read through them yourself. Nothing is OP about them, but you know, they're all little buffs. Another big one here, just in here, is the Dragon Knight. Now it's going to have hit point recovery in its passive. So will it need to be on Vampire anymore? I'm not too sure. But yeah, I just wanted to have a little go, just let you know the couple of, you know, the Fire Succubus and the Chimeras, great. Water Taoist, I mean, it's a lovely little thing, a lovely little buffs here. I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with it. So straight away it made me want to rebuild my Rakan, which I've done here, and it's lacking some hit point. I know that it's 32,000 hit point, but I want the speed, so it took me a lot to get it here, and to get the crit rate. I mean, it's a hard build. But again, we've got crit rate here 16%, and we've got a hit point 63 with a crit rate 20. Then here we've got 2 Vampire Runes, one 19 speed, one 24 speed. It's gonna be a grind into this critical damage one, which is 15, and we've got a hit point 21 there. So there's a lot of speed subs being put into that, and hopefully he'll work a treat now. He's got a little bit of defense, so we'll have to see. If not, I'm going to have to change him back, but I wanted him to be 200 speed now so I can try him out in RTA. So yeah, but yeah, it's been a good little buff, good patch, and yeah, let me know your thoughts on it. All right, Woody out.